Why is everybody looking at me like I'm some kind of monster?
Nobody thinks that. We just want you to tell us what you know.
It's up to you, Kay.
For heaven's sake, Kay, if you know anything that can save Charity, please tell us now.
I'm begging you, Kay. Tell us anything you can think of, even if it doesn't seem important. It's the only hope I have of bringing Charity back. Please. If your cousin means anything to you, tell me what you know.
Ding dong! The brat is dead! Yes! The brat is really dead! You know, what is the sense of having a triumph if you don't have someone's face to rub it into? Oh. What the blazes?
Are chimneys everywhere Timmy thinks they are?
Yes, I'm afraid so, Tim Tim. Hecuba has brought us down under into her cave. Well, you might sound more appreciative. I'm having a party. You're my honored guests. Welcome to my hovel.
Oh, well, gee, Hecuba, it was awfully nice of you to invite Timmy and his princess. But Timmy was just in the middle of something at home. The laundry. That's it. Timmy was in the middle of doing the laundry.
You're not going anywhere, Rag Boy. No, you're here to help me celebrate the demise of Charity.
She's dead?
Or she will be momentarily. I told you that I would triumph over Romeo and his gang of fatuous fools, and I have. At last, evil will reign in harmony, and I will be the queen of evil. Does anyone want a toast?
But Timmy and Tabby have...
You don't have anything to drink. Oh, yes, that's right. Oh, to me!
My mother's diaries must be in the Crane archives somewhere. And who knows? Maybe they'll give us the answers to what really happened to Luis's father. If there were only some way that I could get into that vault.
No cash. I'll have to charge it.
As long as it's money, honey. Oh, Teresa, this isn't a credit card.
You know, I actually handed you the wrong thing, so...
Oh.
I know what that is. I can't believe my luck.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that tennis book that you ordered hasn't come in yet, but I'll let you know when it does, okay?
No, that's fine. Hey, you know, I noticed you got a little quiet when we were in the stockroom earlier. Everything's okay, right?
Oh, yeah, everything's fine. You know, I'm just thinking about secrets people keep.
You mean the big secret Teresa is keeping from Ethan?
No. No, actually, I'm thinking about my own. My whole life was one big secret. Until I found out who my real parents are. If I ever find out.
You will.
You know something? After watching Ethan's world just get blown up when he found out who his real father was, I'm not so sure if I want to anymore.
I'm so sorry you lost your baby. I know it must have been just awful for you.
God, it was. And even though I can't prove it, I always thought it was Alistair who made Julian abandon me when I told him that I was pregnant. Oh, God, Grace, I felt so alone during my pregnancy. I didn't have my baby's father to depend on or to comfort me when we lost our son.
Eve, I think that you should tell TC the truth, that you should tell him your secret. He can comfort you, help you heal.
No. TC would never understand, Grace. He would not understand.
What wouldn't I understand, Eve? What's going on in here? What are you two talking about? Honey, you look upset. What is it you don't think I would understand?
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me high as breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
Well, Miss Thing, how does it feel? Your former runner-up best friend has succeeded where you failed miserably. If I were you, I'd knock off the gloating until I was a tad more certain that I'd accomplished my goal. Oh, are you doubting my prowess?
Timmy doesn't know about that. But Timmy does think Hecuba's counting her chickens before they hatch. It's not like Hecuba knows for sure Charity's really dead. Sure. Lots of times Timmy and Tabby thought she was dead, but at the last minute, Miguel's love saved her. Timmy wouldn't be surprised if Hecuba threw this whole party for nothing.
Please, Kay, if you can think of anything that could lead me to Charity, you have to tell me.
As Miguel's mother, I'm asking you. Please.
Time is of the essence, Kay.
Look, if you don't tell me, I'm gonna look anyway. I'm gonna find this evil that has Charity in its grasp, and I'm gonna destroy it. Or die trying. I might have a better chance if you help me.
All right. I'll tell you where the evil lives.
Cool, that's exactly what I needed.
What's that?
Contest tickets for an island getaway? They free?
They sure are. You looking to go on a vacation, Luis?
I haven't seen you in a while, Beth.
I know. You seem happy.
Yeah, I am.
I'm glad, Luis. I really am.
Well, thanks. It means a lot coming from you.
Do you excuse me?
You didn't tell her that you want to go away with Sheridan.
I didn't need to. She already knew. Hey, wouldn't that be cool if I won, though? Go away someplace warm. Take Sheridan. I certainly couldn't afford to pay for a vacation like this.
You just gave me an idea. I'm going to enter, too. Well, if I win, it would be a great place for Ethan and me to have our honeymoon.
Look, don't feel bad about throwing your security card away. I mean, you couldn't have known that I wanted to get into the archives to look for my mother's diaries.
You really think there's something in there about Luis's father?
I don't know. My mother died before Martin Fitzgerald disappeared, but it is a place to start. You know, leave it to Julian and Alistair to only issue Crane security cards to the male members of the family. If only I had run into you before you threw yours away in the trash.
You know, Sheridan, I'm going to be straight with you. Even if I had that card, I'm not sure I'd let you use it.
You know, Eve, anything you tell Grace, you can tell me. I will understand.
I know that, honey. I know I shouldn't have said it that way. You see, we were just talking about Grace losing her baby and about how it takes a woman to really imagine that kind of loss.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Not that it isn't devastating for the father, but it's even worse for the mother. One moment you're carrying a little bundle of joy and hope and love, and the next moment you feel empty.
You know, Grace, I am so sorry for your loss and your pain. I'm not just Sam's best friend, you know? I love you too, just as Eve does. And you know, if there's anything either of us could do, just...
Thank you, TC. I appreciate that.
You know, babe, for a moment there, I thought you were keeping something from me.
Why would you think that?
I don't know. Maybe I should have my head examined. Forgive me?
Of course.
Ladies, I'll see you later. I gotta run. Okay.
What?
You know what, Eve? You should tell TC about the baby you lost. The baby that would have been yours and Julian's.
You can't be serious. You mean to tell me that if you still had your pass to the Crane Archives, you would not let me borrow it?
I can't say I would.
Why not? I have just as much a right to go in there as you ever did, and you know how much this means to me.
To Luis.
To Luis and me. We both want to find out what happened to his father. Is that what this is about, your feelings about Luis?
No, I'm not that petty.
Well, then what is it?
I'm just looking out for you. Look, Julian and Alistair made it crystal clear that they don't want you nosing around in there. What if they caught you? You know they'd retaliate.
I'm not afraid of my father or brother.
Maybe you should be.
I can't believe you're saying this. You know, those diaries belong to me. They were willed to me by my mother. I have every right to read them.
That is not the point. Look, if you go behind their backs for any reason, they will make you pay in spades.
Let them. I don't care what they do to me. I am willing to risk anything for Luis.
You say that now, but you're not thinking this through. You know, what if they cast you out of the family, disown you as a Crane? You know, it hurts more than you realize.
Ethan, I'm sorry.
No, look, I just want to save you from what I've been put through. Look, the Cranes have a lot of faults, but it's the only family I ever knew. The only family you know. You lose it, you're lost forever. I don't want that to happen to you.
This whole thing with Ethan just hit me hard, you know? I mean, here I am, waiting for the results of the DNA test that your moms ran for me at the hospital. But what if I finally track down my parents, and the whole thing just turns out to be one big bust?
Well, I remember what that singer Crystal told you before she got killed.
That my father was some white dude who abandoned my mother in time of need. See? It's bad enough my old man was a racist. Who knows I'm gonna find out about my mother?
Look, just hold on a minute, okay? You do not know that your father was a racist. All you know is that he didn't stay with your mother back then. There could be a million reasons for that.
Like what?
Like he didn't know that she was pregnant, or he didn't have enough money to support her. I don't know. There are a zillion reasons. But you know, Crystal also said that your parents loved each other very much at one time. They could have gotten back together.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you know, they could be living in a gingerbread house with a white picket fence and a dog and a cat and been spending their entire lives looking for their long-lost son. Come on, Whitney, get real. Life don't work that way. At least not in my life.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You're smart. You got all the answers. Why are we even wasting our time talking about it?
I'm sorry, all right? I'm sorry. It's just a little bit shaky about everything I set in motion with your moms. I mean, what if the DNA results turn my parents up and they don't want to own up to me being their kid? Or worse yet, what if they meet me and they just slap a C note in my hand and say, hey, have a nice life? Look, all I'm saying is that I'm seeing firsthand through Ethan that finding out the truth about yourself ain't always good news. Then again, you can't always have the happy ending you've been dreaming about since you were 7 years old.
Chad, you never know.
Hey, don't. Okay? Don't go feeling sorry for me. See, my life right now is going pretty good. All right, so why dig around in the past? You know what I'm saying? Why dig up the past? when it could mess up something good I got going right here in front of me.
TC is your husband, Eve. You should tell him about the son you lost.
Grace, if it was anybody else's baby, but Julian
It doesn't matter. TC is your husband. He deserves the truth.
Grace, you know what he would do. He would go crazy, would probably even kill Julian. I can't, okay? I know that I should, but I can't. Just trust me, it's better this way.
Oh, like it's better that Sam didn't tell me about his long-ago affair with Ivy?
I wasn't trying to compare
But you have to. It's the same exact thing. Now, Sam claims that he thought he was doing right, and look where it's left us. I lost the baby I was carrying, and I don't know if I will ever be happy in my marriage again.
Honey, you just have to give it time.
Eve, we are talking about you here. Now, do you want to do to TC what Sam did to me? Does your marriage mean that little to you? Trust me, it did hurt me to find out about Sam and Ivy's affair. But it would have hurt a lot less if Sam had had the courage to tell me the truth himself.
Grace, TC doesn't ever need to know.
You are fooling yourself, Eve. Sooner or later, secrets like this always come out. Now make it sooner. And make it come from you. You don't want it to cost you and TC what it cost Sam and me.
I just don't want you to do anything that could cause you to lose your family.
I appreciate your concern, Ethan. I know how devastated you are to learn you're not a Crane.
There's no way to describe it.
Julian and Alistair have been horrible.
And you don't think they're capable of doing the same thing to you?
I don't care. I love Luis. He means everything to me. Tell me, would you have given up Teresa if it meant that you could keep your last name? That you could go on being Julian Crane's son?
No, never.
That's exactly how I feel about Luis. As long as I have him, I don't care what else I could lose.
Finding your parents was the reason you even came to Harmony in the first place. Are you really ready to stop the search when you're finally just now on the verge of actually getting somewhere?
I'm beginning to think that might be the safest bet.
Look, Chad, your situation is entirely different than Ethan's. When you find your real parents, you're going to be gaining a family, not losing one.
That's if they decide to accept me. You can probably already guess which way my old man's gonna stand on that one.
Look, just forget what you think you know. Anyone should be proud to have you as a son. You are smart. You're brave and you're handsome.
Thanks. But I just don't think everybody's gonna dig having some stray brother just show up on their doorstep and calling them mom and dad. And anyway, what if your mother and father know my parents, huh? I mean, what? I don't know, what if there's like bad blood between them or something? What if what turned out to be ends up meaning the end of us?
What about my kids, Grace? You know, TC is not going to be the only one who can't accept my affair with Julian. My girls are going to feel betrayed. They're going to think that everything that I've ever told them is a lie. And I can't. I'm afraid to lose them.
Eve, you have got to give the people you love more credit. They deserve a chance to try to understand. One thing I will never forgive Sam for is not trusting that I had the strength to handle the truth.
But the situations, they're not the same, Grace. See, even if Sam didn't know it, he did have a baby with Ivy. And the baby that I had with Julian, he died right after he was born, so you see, there is no baby to pop up out of the blue and expose my past with Julian. So no one ever has to know.
What about Charity?
What about her?
Don't you remember those visions she had of you and Julian in a very compromising position?
How could I forget?
Don't you think it is possible that Charity has the power to see into the past like I can sometimes see into the future?
Grace, I'm not trying to minimize anything that you or Charity sense. But I honestly don't think that's relevant. Because what Charity saw is just an odd coincidence, and that's all.
Timmy doesn't blame Activa for jumping the gun. It's just that Charity has a way of surviving all the bad things bad witches try to do her. Believe Timmy. He and his princess have been there.
Timmy.
Even though Charity hasn't come into her full powers yet, she always gets saved in the nick of time.
Not this time. There's no way that Charity can be saved now. She may not be destroyed yet, as Mr. Mini-Me so supportively pointed out, but she's on her last legs. There's no way Miguel can get to her before she's charbroiled to a crisp.
Thank you, Kay. Now I have a fighting chance of saving Charity. Where can I find the source of this evil?
You've come this far, Kay. Tell Miguel what he needs to know.
Okay. The evil I've seen lives in a cave far beneath the earth. In the mine shaft.
The mine shaft?
Yeah, remember the mine shaft that I was stuck in with Miguel and Charity? Well, that was the first time that I saw it. It's the same evil that's come to Harmony and it's come to this house.
I remember where the mine shaft is, but I'm not sure how to get back to that cave.
Whoa, slow down, buddy. Now you two both seem to be forgetting something. Everything everyone saw that day, both above ground and below ground, was some kind of mass hallucination brought on by gas leaking out of the earth. Now that's the only plausible explanation we could come up with for what occurred.
Reese is right. None of that could have been real.
Look, I don't care what you say. It's the only thing I have to go on. I'm going back to the mine shaft to find that cave. I'm gonna find the evil and rescue Charity.
Sorry I got your hopes up about finding my mother's diaries in the Crane archives.
Don't worry about it. Getting used to running into dead ends whenever it's got anything to do with finding my father. Beginning to wonder if I'll ever find out what really happened to him.
Guess what I just did?
Oh, I have no idea.
Entered us in the sweepstakes contest with the first prize being a trip to the islands. And wouldn't that make a wonderful honeymoon if we won?
Yeah, the best.
Did something happen with Sheridan?
Sheridan wants to help Luis track down what happened to your father all those years ago.
Yeah, I mean, Luis mentioned something about it.
Right. Sheridan thinks that her mother wrote something in her diaries that might help them figure it out.
So where are the diaries?
Where we were today, at the archives at Crane Industries.
Crane Industries?
You got it. And Sheridan's mother willed her those diaries, but she hasn't even had a chance to see them yet. Chances are Julian and Alistair probably have them locked up with all the other Crane secret documents.
I see.
You know, I had to tell her that I threw away the security card just hours ago. Talk about timing. The strange thing is, even if I still had the security card, I don't think I'd let her use it. I mean, it's bad enough that one of us has already been disowned by the Cranes this week. Don't you think?
As if I would let your little pet dolly skepticism dampen my high spirits. No, I'm in too good a mood for that.
Timmy didn't mean anything, Heck.
The only thing I want to hear from you is congratulations. Tell me how impressed you are with my success in ridding the world of our primary nemesis. Tell me!
You must be very proud.
That's better. And soon the rest of the netherworld will hail me as the heroine I truly am. And I will rule the dark side, not you, because I accomplished what you couldn't. Another toast. This time, I'll let you drink. To me. To my brilliance. To my perseverance. To my succeeding where you two couldn't in a million years. Drink to me, I command you.
I've known this old hag for over 300 years, and I've never seen her so pleased with herself.
Does Princess really think Charity will be destroyed this time?
It certainly seems that way, Timmy.
To Charity. Timmy loved you with all his heart.
Miguel! Father, just let me go. All right, every second counts if I have a prayer of saving Charity.
I understand that, son, but you cannot go down there unprepared. You are not ready.
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You are not. When you go down into that cave, you will be facing something far worse than anything you ever endured in the flames of hell.
We know from the ancient church documents that anyone who even attempts to find this evil is taking a great risk. But to try to destroy it single-handedly? Suffice it to say, your life's in grave danger, amigo.
Miguel, you can't go.
Well, I can't just sit here and do nothing either. And not when I finally have an idea how to save Charity. I have to do whatever I can.
There is not a person here who does not understand your frustration, son. But you cannot possibly face this evil without being better fortified. If you do, you both will be lost.
What do you want me to do?
Take some time. Let us help prepare you.
We'll make you something to eat while we talk.
And while we chow down, I can fool around with some other websites, see if I can find something else we can use.
Kay, take Father Lonigan into the kitchen. I'm sure he can use some coffee.
Father, I know firsthand how ruthless Hecuba can be. I mean, she took my soul.
She will stop at nothing to achieve what she wants. And apparently what she wants is to destroy Charity.
I'm afraid of what she'll do to Miguel if he finds her.
And with good reason.
Tell me the truth, Father. Do you think that he stands a chance against her?
I do not know, my child. I truly do not know.
Did you find anything, Reese?
Nothing yet, but I'm still looking.
Maybe Father Lonigan will think of something.
Oh, you know, I could use some fresh air. I'm gonna go outside.
I'll come too.
If you don't mind, Jess, I'd rather be by myself. Charity and I used to sit out there on your hammock sometimes. I think I'd feel closer to her if I was alone.
Great, you're here. Could you get our drinks?
In a minute.
Do you know what I'm saying here? Depending on who my parents turn out to be, that could really tear things up with us.
How? All right, let's just say by some miracle that my parents knew your mother and father and didn't like them. That wouldn't have anything to do with our relationship.
Easy to say, but...
No, I mean it. Chad, finding your parents is important to you. You shouldn't let anything stop you.
I'm not so sure.
Who's there?
It's me, Father Lonigan, TC. I was just heading out.
Ah, have you seen Grace?
Yes, Eva's upstairs with her.
How's Grace doing? I haven't had a real chance to sit down with her since she lost the baby.
Well, Father, I'm not gonna lie to you. She's having a rough time. I'm not sure that she's able to get over Sam lying to her about his relationship with Ivy Crane.
That's understandable. But I know there's a lot of love in the Bennett marriage. I just pray that in time it can be put together again.
I hope so too, Father. But you know, I've learned something here. A good marriage can't always survive deception like Sam's. You know, you have to be straight with the person you're married to.
That is very true.
Thank God that Eve and I have the kind of marriage we can tell each other anything. You know, Father, I hate to say this, but I'm glad I'm not in a position like Grace. I mean, I love Sam like a brother. But I don't know if I can forgive him for something like that. Anyway, Father, I gotta get going, and it was definitely a pleasure talking with you.
You too. TC, take care.
All right.
Oh, Father, it's Eve.
Oh, you just missed,
TC. Yes, I know. I want to thank you for not mentioning me or Julian Crane or the baby that we lost.
You told me that in confidence, Eve. But I really think you should tell him.
I told her the same thing, Father.
I can't. TC and my family mean everything to me. I have to go.
Oh, happy day. Charity's in hell, and I am in charge. I'm going to go unleash the bats so they can join the celebration. Don't touch anything while I'm gone.
Jimmy hates to bring this up right now. He knows his princess isn't having one of the best days.
No, always master of the understatement.
But what exactly does Hecuba's victory mean for Timmy and Tabby?
What are you asking me? If she intends to destroy us, even though now she's supposedly done away with Charity?
That's what Timmy means.
Oh, well, could go either way. But knowing Hecuba as I do, we're dead meat to me. She hates me. She'll take great pleasure in getting rid of me, no doubt, in a slow and painful way, and then she'll turn her unsavory attentions to you.
But Timmy doesn't want anything to happen to his princess or him.
Neither do I, Timmy. May the dark forces forgive me. I'm starting to hope that Miguel does find a way to rescue Charity, because if he does, he'll be saving our lives too.
This is it. I've got to go in there and find that cave. It's the only chance I have of destroying Hecuba and finding Charity for Miguel. You gotta do this, Katie. It's not fair that Miguel risked his life again when everything that's happened is just all your fault.
You believe that certain people possess extraordinary powers, don't you?
Of course. I've witnessed too many examples not to. Were you referring to someone in particular?
Yes, my niece.
Do not give up hope on her yet, Grace. We are still praying for her rescue.
I know, Father. And I won't. I was just thinking of some visions that she had a while back about Eve and Julian Crane.
Yes?
Well, Eve thinks that they don't really mean anything, that it was just a coincidence, but I know from my own experience that it means much more than that.
I would have to agree.
What do you do when the visions you have are so horrifying that you can't even bear to think of them? That when you sense something awful is going to happen to you or your family or your loved ones and you are powerless to stop it. What do you do then, Father?
There is only one thing you can do, my child. Pray. Pray for your friend Eve.
you two.
Hey, Dr. Russell. We were just talking about you. Well, actually, about the DNA test that you ran for me back at the hospital.
Chad, maybe now's not.
Whitney, no, please. I made up my mind. Dr. Russell, I'm just thinking maybe we should just call this whole thing off. It's not that I don't appreciate the work you've done. It's just that I don't really think that
I'm sorry, excuse me. Dr. Russell. Oh, I see. Okay, thank you. Talk about a coincidence. That was the hospital, Chad. Your DNA results are in.
So we've had a minor setback. I will do everything that I can to help you find out what happened to your father.
It's no wonder I love you.
If there's just some way that I could get into those archives. If only Ethan hadn't thrown away his security card.
Yeah, but he did. That was our best shot, so... Let's face it. Back to square one.
I don't get it. Why wouldn't you let Sheridan use her security card to get into the Crane archives?
That's like I told her. And I'm afraid what it might cost her if she got caught. And Julian and Alistair are ruthless. They'd punish her. I don't want her to go through that.
I see.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. You know, I threw away the security card so I don't have to make a choice.
Well, that's not entirely true.
What do you mean? I tossed it in the trash when I left the Crane building.
I know. Only... I took it out when you weren't there. I thought that you might want it back some days. It's kind of a souvenir or something. So, I have what Sheridan needs. Do you want me to give it to her?